Miami is now the epicenter of the pandemic. What we were seeing in Wuhan 6 months ago, 5 months ago, now we are there. So we really need your help.
Very strong words right there. Miami-Dade's rate of positivity has shot up again.
Positive test results increased to more than 28% after dipping to 22%. Governor DeSantis says more resources are being deployed to help manage and beat back the outbreak. CBS 4's Ty Russell is in Miami with details. Ty.
Well, Lauren and Elliott, Governor Ron DeSantis just left Jackson Memorial Hospital within the last hour. And I should note that this news conference was pretty similar to what we've heard over the weekend in previous news conferences, where the governor talks about nursing homes, testing, along with hospitals. Now, I was able to ask a question while the governor was here. I asked him if there was an actual plan to tamp down the numbers. And during the answer to my question, he talked about reducing mortality rates, but we still didn't get a clear understanding of what his actual plan is to curb those cases. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is back in Miami at Jackson Memorial Hospital.
We can't get swept away in fear. We have to understand what's going on, understand that we do need, that we have a long road ahead.
He's speaking at a health system that announced last week it was low on remdesivir. A study shows the drug, originally used to treat Ebola, helps COVID-19 patients recover faster. Since then, the governor says new shipments were delivered over the weekend.
They were due a shipment sometimes, I think, at the end of this week or next week. They wanted to have enough because they were using it. The physicians like it, and with the uptick in people in the hospital.
In Monday's news conference, the governor reiterated taking care of the most vulnerable, like those in nursing homes, and increasing testing. The governor mentioned the number of tests coming back are negative.
Recently, it's been about 85% of the people who test come back negative. We'd like to get that back to where 90+% of the people are testing negative. We think that we stabilized. We think we may be going in that direction.
The governor was joined by the mayor of Miami-Dade, Carlos Jimenez.
That we have to follow the rules. Please, if you follow the rules, if we all do what we're supposed to do, we can drive the level of contagion down.
He also says if numbers continue to increase at hospitals, there may be more rollbacks. Jackson CEO Carlos Magoya also says the number of beds is not a concern, but staffing is, since COVID patients require more nurses. Some contract workers have started and others are still on the way. As for the governor, his critics say he doesn't have a plan to fight the virus and slow the spread statewide. We asked the governor for his statewide plan to tamp down numbers. He answered about death rates.
The nursing home is probably the #1 thing you can do to reduce the risk of mortality.
And while the governor was wrapping up the news conference, I was also able to ask him another question. I wanted to know if he's considering a statewide mask mandate. The reason why I asked that question is because during the news conference, Jackson's CEO was concerned about enforcement of masks, and he also said that people were not probably wearing them since numbers at hospitals were going up. And as I was asking that question, that's when the governor left the news conference. We are live at Jackson. I'm Ty Russell, CBS 4 News.